I'm JC Kenny. We're going to talk a little bit today about Belle Park, about the tents that have sprung up there, and the people who are living in part of Belle Park. We're here with Joanne Boris, and Joanne works with housing programs with the City of Kingston. Joanne, good morning.
Good morning, JC.
I think a lot of the questions we're hearing are about where this location is.
What we're seeing is that COVID has certainly shone a light on the most marginalized and vulnerable individuals in our community, especially those that are homeless. So what we're finding is that some individuals are reticent about going to shelter situations for a number of complex reasons, and they are choosing to stay at Belle Park as an alternative.
And Joanne, you mentioned shelters. Why aren't people going to shelters necessarily? And maybe you could give us a bit of the lay of the land of what's out there in Kingston.
Well, as soon as we found out about COVID, safety was our number one concern for individuals who are homeless. So we looked to move both shelters to new locations where individuals would have private rooms, private bathrooms, more space so that social distancing could be attained and maintained. One of the things that we've done is move out to the East End for those shelters. And some individuals are a little concerned that it might be out of their comfort zone in a new area, access to services and supports, and also the fact that the shelters do have some rules around social distancing and self-isolation that can make it difficult for people with mental health challenges or other issues and that need to be out in the community.
Yeah, and I think it bears mentioning, this is a former municipal landfill site, so not an ideal place for people to be living. I know you're working with other partners across the city to figure out what are the next steps?
Well, we continue to work with our community partners who've come out in droves and residents and concerned community members. We're providing basic needs so people have food, water, warmth. We have counseling supports and services that are on site, offering people access to psychiatrists, to medication, to addiction services. We are looking at drop-in centers for future and longer-term use for individuals who have said that that would be something they'd be willing to look at. And we're looking at a safer, more hospitable site for people to camp if that's what they truly choose to do. So we're coming up with a number of measures and working on those to try and make sure that people are treated with dignity, kindness, and respect during this time.
And I know we're coming up to an important timeline, the 5th of June, a bit of a transitional period. Tell us what we'll start to see in the Belle Park area as of that time.
Well, what you'll start to see is that the numbers will hopefully decrease as we are able to communicate with people about the opportunities that are in the community and about the options that they can take. Some individuals may go to shelter. Some individuals may take us up on our offer of finding safe and permanent housing. Some individuals might still choose to camp, and hopefully we'll have a space that's more hospitable and a little bit more humane and full of all the necessities that they need in order to do that if that's their choice.
Well, Joanne Boris, thank you so much for putting some clarity around this issue for us.
Thank you.